Today we're going to do my ultimate cheeseburgers. Got everything laid out. I'm all ready to go. We've got our beef base here. We're using a concentrated liquid today. Got our lean pairings. Here's a list of all the ingredients we're going to use today. Hit your pause button. You can copy these down. We're going to start off with a big stainless steel bowl and our 2 pounds of ground beef. We're going to mix all our seasonings into both pounds of ground beef. We're doing this in 2 stages today. Once we get all the ingredients mixed together here, we're going to split this in 2, and we're going to do one with the cheddar cheese and one with the blue cheese. You want to mix this up real good. Now, throughout this entire process, make sure that this beef stays cold. You don't want it to get warm on you. Once you got your patties formed, go ahead and put those in the refrigerator until your fire's ready and you're ready to cook them. Now, we've split this into 2 1-pound balls. Got it all mixed up. We're going to set one of them aside. We're going to take our cheese and we're going to mix it with the other one. Now, a tip on this cheese, once you get it diced up or you get your cheese crumbles, go ahead and stick them in the freezer for about 30 minutes. Freeze them up a little bit. It'll make them a lot easier to handle. When you mix it in with the beef, they won't get all warm and mushy, and they'll help keep that beef cold too. You want to mix this really well. Try to get the cheese inside the beef. You don't really want them sticking out. If you can see a few, that's okay though. Now we're going to divide that into 4. With that done, we're going to roll each one of these into a 1/4 pound ball. Make sure, once again, that you keep the cheese to the inside. Okay, now I'm using a hamburger mold. You don't have to. You can form them with your hands or any way you usually do. I find that this is pretty easy and it makes them very uniform. Now, once we got them pressed out in the mold, you're going to want to take either a Coke or a beer can, wash the bottom of it real good, and we're going to press it on top of this burger, make a nice big depression in the top of it. Now that's going to serve 2 purposes. Its main purpose is to keep our burger from turning into a round ball when we cook it. I'm sure you've run into that problem before. You start out with a nice flat patty and you end up with a meatball. There's another purpose I'll show you later. Now we've sliced our Walla Walla onion nice and thick, and we put it on skewers so we can put that on the grill and cook it, and our rings won't fall apart and separate on us. If you don't have a Walla Walla, get Vidalia. The only 2 sweet onions worth eating, in my opinion. We've lit our charcoal on our gas burner, and now we're going to dump it on the right side of our grill. I'm going to leave the left side empty for now. Once we got that over there, we're going to put an aluminum foil pan on the left side of the grill, fill it with water. Now we've got 2 heat zones. You've got a hot zone on the right side for doing all your searing, and you've got a cooler side over on the left there where you can just cook stuff to its internal temperature. Time to put our burgers on. Now you see the other use for that little depression. We've put a little thin pat of butter in there, not real thick. It's already pre-softened. Got it down to room temperature, and all that's going to do is melt into that burger, give it a little bit more juiciness, add one more layer of flavor to it. Just going to make it better. I'm going to cook those for 4 to 5 minutes on each side. Now you're going to get flare-ups. Ground beef has fat in it. We all know that. Don't worry about them. Just pour a little bit of beer on there, a little bit of water, and calm them down. All they are is small grease fires. You get a little bit of char on these burgers, it's not going to hurt them any. They're still going to taste good. Time to flip our burgers over. Okay, we've cooked them on the other side. Now we're going to move them over to the left side of the grill to the cool zone, and we're going to let them actually come up to an internal temperature of about 135 degrees. And meanwhile, we're going to put our onions on the right side and we're going to get a little char on them. After about 4 minutes, we can open that up. Go ahead and flip those onions over. We want to get a nice char on both sides if we can. Okay, it's been another 4 minutes. We're going to move our onions over to the left side with our burgers so that they can cook internally without getting burned on the outside. While we do that, we can toast our buns on the right side. You only want to leave these on here 5 to 10 seconds. Any more than that, you're going to burn them. It's a very hot fire. Well, while we were doing that, because we got a 50-50 duo over on our left side with our gas grill, we got 2 individual frying pans with some multicolored tiny potatoes that have been rolled in olive oil and garlic salt and some sweet corn. Hope you enjoy my ultimate cheeseburgers.